Good evening, everyone. My name is Robert Jenkins, and I am 85 years old. For most of my life, I have been invisible. Not in the way that people don't see me walking down the street, but in the way that my work, my sacrifices, my existence, none of it was ever truly acknowledged. I spent decades working jobs that people never think about. I laid bricks that built homes, fixed roads that carried families to their destinations, and worked in factories that produced the things people use every single day. But no one ever noticed, no one ever thanked me, no one ever stopped to ask about the men who made it all possible. When I retired, there was no big farewell party, no cake, no watch, no speech. After more than 60 years of labor, I walked out of that factory the same way I walked in on my very first day, unnoticed. And that's just how it is for people like me. We work, we build, we give everything we have, and when we're no longer useful, we disappear. I never thought much of it. I never expected recognition. I accepted that this was the way life worked for men like me. But one day, my grandson sat me down and said, "Grandpa, people don't realize that men like you built everything we have." And that was the first time in my life that someone looked at me, not just as an old man, not just as a worker, but as someone who mattered. So my grandson brought me here tonight, not to perform a song, not to dance, not to put on a show. He brought me here so I could finally be seen, not for fame, not for glory, but for something more important, recognition. And I don't stand here just for myself. I stand here for every man and woman who worked their whole lives and never heard the words thank you. For the builders, the laborers, the ones who kept this country running, but were never invited to stand in the spotlight. Tonight, I am not invisible. Tonight, I am seen. And for that, I am grateful.
I laid the bricks, I paved the roads, worked through the rain, through the cold. Never asked for much, just did my time, carved my life in dust and grime. But did you see me? Did you know my name? Did you notice the man who bore the strain? I carried the weight, I stood so tall, but no one ever saw me at all. My hands are rough, my back is weak, but every crack and line can speak of the years I gave, the sweat I poured, building dreams I could never afford. But did you see me? Did you know my name? Did you notice the man who bore the strain? I carried the weight, I stood so tall, but no one ever saw me at all. I walked alone when the work was done. No farewell song, no setting sun, but I held my pride, I held my ground, though no one ever turned around. Now here I stand beneath these lights, a voice that's breaking through the night. Not for riches, not for fame, just to say I was here and I had a name. Can you see me? Do you hear me now? Do you feel the weight I carried down? I gave my all, I gave my soul. Now at last I feel whole. So here's my story, take it true, for the ones like me who built for you. I laid the bricks, I paved the way, and I was here, I had
Robert, I don't think I've ever been this moved by a performance in my entire career. You walked onto this stage not asking for fame, not asking for recognition, but simply to tell your story. The story of millions of people who spent their entire lives building, working, and sacrificing, yet never being seen. And tonight, that changed. Tonight, the world heard you. Tonight, the world saw you. What you did up here was more than just a performance. It was a reminder that behind every road, every building, every structure that stands, there were hands like yours that built them. That behind every convenience we take for granted, there were people like you who worked tirelessly, who gave their sweat, their strength, their years, and never once asked for applause. But tonight, Robert, you deserve this applause. You deserve this moment because this country was built on the backs of people like you, people who never got a standing ovation, people who were never told thank you. And tonight, for every one of them, you stood here and gave them a voice. I've seen a lot of performances on this stage, but what you just did, it wasn't just music, it wasn't just words, it was history, it was truth, it was everything that this show is meant to be about. Robert, you may have spent your life feeling invisible, but I promise you, after tonight, you will never be invisible again, because tonight, the world finally sees you.